So I'm taking back the OnePlus 7 Pro. It's almost like breaking up with a girlfriend. I'll tell you why right after this.
This is, you listening to Travis.
What up, players? Welcome back. And for all you new people, welcome. My name is Travis and I do tech videos every single week and have a blast doing them. If that sounds like fun to you, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Anything I talk about will be in the description below. But for now, let's just get into the video. As I said in the last video, I really love this phone. And it really put me in a very difficult situation that I really had no intention of being in. And that is that I always thought I was gonna return this thing. I just didn't know that I wouldn't want to. See, I originally bought this just for the channel to kind of give my impressions and to play around with it for a little bit. But little by little, this thing, I fell in love with it. To put it this way, the Note 9 is my wifey. And this is the hot chick on the beach in the bikini. You can't marry the chick in the bikini. I mean, probably shouldn't, but I'll tell you something, she looked good. All jokes aside, here's the thing. This phone is good enough to be my flagship. And really the only reason that I'm getting rid of it is because I kind of have to. I have a phone that's on my main line, that's on a payment plan, and I can't do anything with it but trade in. What I should have done was trade in that Note 9 for this OnePlus 7 and everything would be good. I literally could move to this phone and not really miss anything. Now sure, I guess I would miss Samsung Pay, I would definitely miss wireless charge, and I love the S Pen, for sure. But I also know that I could live without all of those things. Because I use this as my primary phone for quite a while now, and I just love it. The simple ease of use, and like I talked about in the last video, the speed is ridiculous. And let me just go back over that again. I believe the experience here is a combination of multiple things. The refresh rate of the screen, the actual speed of the processor, and whatever they're doing in the OS, either making the animations short and quick, or maybe they removed them altogether. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's wonderful. And you can't overestimate that entire screen body. It's great that they have the little camera popping up, which the quality of that is great. This phone is a joy to use. And this is coming from someone who's had Samsung phones all the way since the S2. I went from the S2 to the S3, Note 2, and then on from there, all Notes. I've been in the Samsung ecosystem for years, but this is the first phone out of any phone that's come out that really could have taken me away. And it's my own stupidity that it didn't. Like literally, if I had traded in the Note 9 towards this, I would just keep it. And yes, no IP rating, don't care, not going swimming with it. No wireless charge, fair point. OnePlus, come on, what are you doing? Put some darn wireless charging in these things. And no headphone jack. And again, I forgot it didn't have one. I had this thing for a couple days and I'm like, oh yeah, it doesn't have a headphone jack. Because I don't use it. Really, out of all the negatives that I kind of brought up, which weren't many on this phone, the biggest thing was the camera. The main camera is fine. It's the telephoto lens and the wide angle they're a little bit less quality, especially in certain situations. You can see it when you really look closely at some of the like backgrounds and stuff. The quality is not the same. That's a thing that kind of makes me go, because I want to be able to use all the lenses. And I feel like with this phone, I would only want to use the primary lens, which essentially makes this a one lens phone. But it doesn't matter because everything else about this phone was a joy to use. From the fingerprint sensor on the screen, to the OS, to the smooth nature of everything. I mean, just like, it was just a beautiful experience. And more importantly, this actually concerns me, and I talked about this in the last video, that Samsung needs to bring the A game for the Note. I hope that they don't just skimp on whatever they were going to do for the Note and not try to really make a performance machine like this thing and just try to make like a bigger version of the S10. I know they don't normally do that. I made a video about it last year that the S10 is never going to be as good as the Note. But this has me really concerned as a Samsung fan. And I'll tell you one thing for sure. If they don't do it in the Note 10, they darn well better do it in the S11 because this thing has set down the gauntlet. It's less expensive, the performance feels faster and better, and if they just tweak a couple things, a little bit better camera, maybe some wireless charging, I would not see a lot of need to go to Samsung. But I do want OnePlus to be aggressive on the price. They're starting to creep up into flagship territory, and yes, they are giving you a flagship experience. But as soon as you go to that $900, $1,000 place, it's a different ball game. So OnePlus, you need to stay 700 and below. And that may be difficult with the things I'm asking for, but let me tell you something. This is a great first step into a real flagship killer. Like, this is it. I love this thing. Oh, this is me from the future or past or something like that. Anyway, I'm editing the video and something really weird happened to me today. So I actually was going to reshoot this whole video and talk about how I'm actually going to keep this thing. Because, you know, I just started thinking about it and the performance is so good and I love this thing so much that I was like, why am I going to take this thing back? The only reason that I was going to really is financial. And, you know, I make some money here on YouTube, so I can keep it. But then something else happened, and a couple of my YouTube friends, TK from Total Tech and Viper, the guy who pretty much convinced me to get this thing, started having some weird problems. In TK's case, his just straight up died. 100% died. Now, of course, that's going to happen to some phones, so you could say it's just a one-off, but then Viper had a very similar problem where his almost completely died. He somehow resurrected it. But then I started thinking I have less than 7 days to return this thing. And if it dies, especially like if I'm on a trip somewhere and it's my only phone, my only way to talk to people, I'm screwed. So I can't take that risk right now. So OnePlus, if you're seeing this video, send me one of these. I'll be happy to use it. But to put my money out and risk everything and hope this thing doesn't die is too much for me. Hopefully you guys will figure out exactly what the problem is. I'd be happy to re-review this in the future. I think it's a fantastic phone. There's just a couple things that I think you should probably add. Regardless, really great phone here. I hope that the 7T is amazing. And, you know, good try on this one. I love the phone though. If this video helped you out in any way, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And if it didn't, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I'm here every single week having a blast. Hope to see you again real soon. Peace and love. Peace and love. I gotta go take it back.